Unbelievable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Spain and Spark are champions! Good up, Pepe!
Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps to keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Randall's Island. Match week 6 of the Cosmopolitan First Division, where league leader Sandzak will take on newly promoted side Laberia. Last year, of course, we remind you that they were promoted from the second division in this Cosmopolitan First Division, of course. Sandzak, who were off last week but remain in first place, tied on points with Block FC. That was, of course, going into the day. There was a couple of interesting games on the cards in this Sunday evening schedule in the Cosmopolitan First Division. They have played one game less, but they have the head-to-head on Block FC. Remind you that they beat them in the very first game of the season here at Randall's, and a chance to extend their lead at the top today. We can say it is a European derby, two sides from close regions in, as you can say, Europe. Laberia, on the other hand, are looking to bounce back from a 3-1 loss last time out against Manhattan Celtic, of course, on the field behind us, which was much smaller in size than the field that is being played on today. Of course, a very, very wet day. The reserve side just completed their fixture, the reserve sides of the two sides, with a 1-1 final score. And a win can take the Laberia first team several spots up into the standings, as only 3 points separate fourth place Manhattan Kickers, who also played today, and Laberia, who begin the game in 9th place. Some early morning results that we can have a look at, possibly, if it's published on the website, are Manhattan Kickers took on Manhattan Celtic and Block FC, aforementioned, tied with Sandzak taking on Zoom Schneider. Finally, Cup weekend next weekend, so a very important 3 points for the both of these teams, as they will be off from league play next week. As we saw the accustomed walkout. As we're underway here at Randall's Island, field 70. Sandzak in the first possession, of course. Sandzak wearing their customary blue and white kit, as the clearance comes in to Tushi, who's leading the line from what it looks like today for Laberia. Free kick. A very wet day here, obviously, at Randall's Island. Difficult for the players on both sides, of course, to just remain upright at times. Have to take some moments to find their feet. And Matthew has it. First foray forward, low ball into Chalebi. Very big chance early on. Ball in to the center back for Laberia. Tushi trying to run onto it. Yasir will head back to Danilo Nivkovic. Murat and Sabovic, as we know, center back partnership, with Hrstanovic lining up on the right hand side behind Matthew Heze. Kalenovic, from what it looks like, in midfield, as well as Mirza Sabovic, who's lining up a bit advanced of him. Chalebi through the middle, and of course Mamadou Diombera with his electric pace on the left-hand side. Similar to last week, Laberia, I believe, fielding the same lineup. No Belague from the start, their centre forward, who began the game last time out against Manhattan Celtic. That position is occupied by this man, who cushions it nicely to Sako. Nivkovic coming across. It's awkward, needs a clearance. And Nivkovic is down. I believe he got stepped on as he was coming across to try to deal with the situation. He's up on his feet, which is good news. Maybe just took a little kick. Nonetheless, a throw-in for Laberia with their captain Dizdari. Nifkovic going over just to fix some equipment. A frozen wet day here at Randall's Island. Which team can just add a bit of flame to the very wet day? Thumbs up to the bench, more importantly, from Nifkovic. So after a bit of delay, we will restart with a throw-in from the captain, Dizdari. And at a play for a corner kick. To the second post, the heads went up, falls to the top of the box. Low service, Nifkovic down, and a clearance, a sufficient one at that. Dizdari will leave it to his center back partner, who cushions it back to him. Bobadilla is ahead. Bobadilla, who had a very impressive game last time out against Manhattan Celtic. Very electric pace to him. Lining up on this left-hand side, wearing the number 9, something to keep an eye out on. No Sacco from what it looks like in the starting 11. Their midfielder, one of the two playmakers, if you'd like, next to Ajaraj. Ajaraj is in the starting 11 with the number 8. Here's a ball into the space for Arman Chelebi. Good bit of defending to come across. Here is Ajaraj. Bobadilla asked to sprint forward, but overhit. Kristanovic to take. Eze touched out by Kalanovic. Drops the shoulder once, twice, in field. There's Bobadilla. In field. A reverse to Reynoso, I believe with the number 17. The number's a little bit smudged due to the rain in the team sheet that I gathered, but I believe that is one of the two Reynosos on the Laberia roster. Some space for Russia. Russia driving in. At the outside of the foot, tried to locate a teammate. Russia indeed with the number 7. Didn't feature last week, I believe. So new face in the 11 beside Ajaraj. Whistle. Flung forward towards Matthew Heze. Dizdari has to be careful. Basha was calling for it, but centre back just wanted to put his foot through it for a bit more safety. Basha, of course, deputizing in the goal for Laberia, as we saw last week. Low. We saw this last week as well. A couple of low cutbacks or crosses. This shot is skewed off to the side and nothing too discomforting for Nivkovic. Montenegrin shot stopper, of course, with bags of experience. Played his football for the last 2 years at Sandzak, but previous to that had a spell in his home native country, Montenegro, playing for various clubs there. Ajarash first. Now so beaten to it by Chalebi. A couple of 50-50s, appeals for the throw-in, which will be given to Sandzak. Obadia. Driving. Stanovic picks the possession from his foot, runs out of pitch before Mone can get a touch of the ball. So Mone as well at centre back. Bit of a different maybe lineup to the one we saw Laberia feature last week. We'll just see that as time goes on, as Dizdari is almost playing like a left-sided centre half and in position 3 at the back. We'll get back to that point in a second as Heze plays infield. Mamadou Diombera on the left foot. Mamadou Diombera rattles the woodwork, and a shot is skewed over the post. Second clear-cut chance for Sandzak to hit the front. Diombera had his effort, rasp of the woodwork. Clever little cut, but possession was gifted. Indeed, it may be out of possession. It's a 3-5-2. Very fluid nonetheless from Laberia, as Dizdari, of course, last week played centre back. This time he's lining up in a 3 if you'd like, but in defense he'll drop in to take his responsibility in defense. But tries to venture forward a bit, the captain for Laberia. Stanovic will play crossfield, overhit. Ball didn't go out of play. Tushi on the stretch. Murat, the centre back from Turkey, locates Chalebi, who tried to float over the top to Matthew Heze. Ajaraj with control, back to centre back. Here is Mikhail Ajaraj. Little triangle, and Sandzak have kept their line a bit low, forcing a clearance further forward. Yassir wins the first ball. The second ball will fall to a yellow shirt. Will be thumped back in. A bit of back and forth now. Chelebi wants to go over the top to Heze. Monek with a touch in the end. Kolenovic cleanly hit, and Basha was behind it, but certainly a good contact from that strike from Kolenovic. Ferry going up to press. Tushi's knee touch, and stepping on Sabovic, I believe. Loaded in. Feels of a high boot given. Ustari underneath it, stuck his head bravely as Heze elevated his foot to try to control. Basha. Here, one absentee that I just have realized isn't in the 11 for Sandzak is Mohamed Bou, their midfield engine. Very energetic player in the center of midfield for Sandzak. He isn't in the 11. Not sure if he's present today to be an option off the bench, as Tushi will stretch, trying to win a little deflection off Arsenovic. He does so and retains the possession. The referee almost got in the way, but ball fell back to Ajaraj. Laberia trying the right-hand side now. Back to Rasha. Trying to spin in toe poke, a little through ball into the space, but dispossessed by Sandzak. They can transition now as it was extending himself to give some space to the midfielders to just go backwards and retain the ball a bit. Kolenovic on the half turn. Heze lengthening your stride. Matthew Heze will retain, serve to the second post. Mamadou Diambara just underneath it. He was as just slightly overhit. Ajaras can try to go backwards as the press is on. Chelebi wins. And here's Sabovic with the outside of the foot cleverly to his captain. To center back first, then to the captain, excuse me. Murat Sabovic, of course. Diambara, clever footwork. Mamadou Diambara bypasses 1, 2. Chelebi back to Diambara. Diambara has a shot, deflected, cleared in a half-hearted manner. Mirza Sabovic again on the turn. Clever little dink. Chelebi underneath it. Dizdari, no nonsense, will clear. Coach Fed on the sidelines, quickly giving the ball back to his fullback to keep the energy in this attack. Onside, Heze loads, Chelebi underneath it. It falls to Mamadou Diambara. Appeals, a lot of appeals for a handball. There was an outstretched boot. Sabovic will line one up from a very long way away. Certainly in his arsenal, that type of technique. We've seen an exemplary goal that was nominated in the September Goal of the Month candidates. His thumping free kick against Block FC in the very first game of the season from about 30-35 yards away, which was a wicket in movement. This one in the run of play tried from about 40 or so. Appealed. Tushi was appealing. Sabovic deflected, and Basha will collect. Someone is in need of a bit of assistance. I believe that is the center back Monet, who needs a stretch. Of course, guys, today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacation to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action as Basha has to collect. Get you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. Sabovic over. Bit of a back and forth now. Yassir from left full back. Chelebi got an important touch on it. Laberia can clear lines now. Tushi trying to cushion the ball with the sole of his boot. Going to press Muratu, whose pass was loose. Reynoso. Bobadilla advancing on his left. Infield. Rasha. Cleverly. Flag is down. Shot. And a good spread from Nivkovic. Clever little reverse in behind the last line. And Nivkovic called upon. Will go aerially to Hezi. Controls neatly. Sabovic. Isdari clears. Kolenovic athletically controls. Murat. Severi. Back to the number 32. Or De Servi. Get that pronunciation exactly right eventually, but nonetheless, here he is. And a yellow card as Bobadilla had the advantage, but stopped to get the free kick for his side. Ajraj over the dead ball, will leave it to his captain, who will touch it to his center midfielder. Murat has to come across. Will play back to his goalkeeper, who will clear lines. Kolenovic, Mikel Ajraj, a lovely reverse again to Bobadilla. This time he was beyond the last line, offside. Nivkovic towards the halfway line. Has it first. Bobadilla second. The Servi towards Chalebi. Here's Dari. Just in the nick of time, got his pass off to his teammate. Bobadilla coming across. The deflection will trickle out for a Laberia set piece. New ball is requested. Going to be taken by their center midfielder, who will whip it to the penalty area. Sabovic was up. Back to Ajaraj, who will think of reloading. Will reverse it towards the top of the box. A shot is dangerous, as there was some contact on it. Murat Kolanovic through the lines. Bit dangerous there. A shot is again causing Nivkovic to just stretch. Zuniga, that was with the two attempts, one with the left foot and one with the right, as this Dari falls over. Matthew Heze, bit overcooked rather. So Zuniga from that far right hand side, asking a couple of questions of the Sandzak defense. But so far scoreless. Yassir reached Dari underneath it, this time with a good clearance. Bobadilla can drive, wants to find Zuniga, who will check in field to collect. Over the top, Tushi on the forward line. Basha. Good press in that heart of the midfield from Sandzak. Diambara trying to run away with possession. Neat first time touch by Ajaraj. Reynoso finding an interesting position in between the lines. Sorry, just making sure his lines are in a good position. They are now. Have to sprint back, however, off Diambara's shoulder. Clever bit of footwork to bypass a couple of challenges. Spraying one to Bobadilla. Infield. First time by Rasha. Kristanovic. Behind Shalebi. Bobadilla with the chest. So to the control. Excuse me. From Rasha. Minutes gone. We remain at 0-0. Couple of big chances in the first 10 or so minutes from Sandzak, the Umbara notably striking the woodwork. And on the other hand, Laberia causing some discomfort to the Nivkovic goal. One save and a couple of efforts from either foot from Zuniga. So there have been some chances, no goals yet, however, but certainly back and forth. Star just trying to try the ball as much as he could with before taking the throw in, which eventually trickles out. Nivkovic will play short, back to the goalkeeper. Murat from centre back. Over the top towards Matthew Heze. Peeled off his marker. Good press by Chalebi. Polanovic. Couple of 50-50s. Chalebi working hard in that little mix. Monet. Chalebi asking a question, and good press in the end from Arman Chalebi. Sandzak can load the area now, as I believe they're also preparing a substitution, maybe after this set piece. A loaded area, everyone defending in that zone for Laberia bar Bobadilla, who's outside the box. Two hands risen to the first post. Take two. Sabovic just trying to get underneath the goalkeeper. That's where the ball is located, and a beautiful leap from Mamadou Diambera. He leapt above everyone, and with the firm connection will open the scoring for Sandzak. The pick, all important in that 6-yard area from the captain, allowing space for Mamadou Diambera athletically up and making no mistake with his finish. Sandzak hit the front. Here's that substitution as well that we were seeing being prepared. It's Mirkovic, I believe, who has entered, playing in the midfield alongside the Servi, and advance of Kolenovic, who's on the press now. Russia will come away with the possession, however. Kolenovic, Heze is making a clever run. Flag is down. Matthew Heze has to check infield. Matthew Heze trying this slalom. Heze, low cut back. Inches wide in the end. Basha. Yes, here. Back to Nivkovic. Sabovic will lift. Sabovic is offside. The ball was intended and found Diombera, so flag correctly remaining down. Back heel from the goal scorer. Mirkovic with his first involvement. I believe, if I can judge correctly, that Chelebi has come off, meaning a further advanced role for Mirza Sabovic. Comfortable for Basha. Probably pick it up. Bijdari has to intervene. Diombera controls with the thigh. Athletically going over. Let's see the geometry of that challenge. Penalty kick. A stellar drive from Diombera, who is still down on the turf in a bit of bother, but the referee signaled immediately towards the spot as he was drove into the area, and the contact, according to the referee, was in or began out and finished inside the area. Referee quickly signaling the spot kick. A big chance for Sandzak to double their lead, as it doesn't look good for Diombera. Unfortunately, has to go off. Chelebi will leap back in off the bench. Maybe a bit of a dead leg, as there was certainly a lot of contact. But we focus here to Kolenovic, eyeball to eyeball with Basha. Kolenovic denied by Basha. The rebound denied again by Basha. Basha at the double for Laberia, preventing Sandzak to find their second goal at a very important moment in this first half. Basha denies not once but twice. Still have some defending to do. As a yellow card is given. Similar run, similar delivery to their goal. It needs a clearance, an athletic one in the end, and a sufficient one. Now, finding Tushi, who can try to latch on. Goal kick. Basha will leave the goal kick to center back Mone, who gets good distance on it. Finds the center forward who cushions nicely with the chest. On the turn is Reynoso. Bobadilla can take on Hrstanovic. Good defending by the fullback. And will retain it in play. Clever footwork from Matthew Heze. Can drive with the outside of the foot. Locates Chelebi, who has to just skip over the challenge, but he'll win inside a throw-in. To take, finding Chelebi, who's pinned. Mirkovic underneath it, clearance to Kalenovic with the sole of the foot, a pass to Sabovic, a 1 and a 2, defending in the end. Stanovic going over. Kalenovic will poke it back to Murat. About 5 minutes left in this first half, as we're about to enter 40 plus minutes here at Randall's Island. Sandzak in the lead through a thumping header from the man that has eventually gone off. We will see if he will re-enter, that being Mamadou Diombera. Very, very nice header. Can Laberia riposte now? Clever, again reverse. Nifkovic with a lovely spread. Great smother in the end. More importantly, got his footwork absolutely spot on to, as he was going down low, to sprawl out his body and get a chunk on the ball. Corner kick whipped in with in-swing, and at the back post there was a couple of yellow unmarked jerseys. Parcial, I believe, from center back was the one that got the final contact. But again, neat center forward play from Tushi with another impudent little pass in behind. Tushi, who played in the role of the winger last week, got his team's goal. And here he is in possession. Hrstanovic has to stretch. Will go back to Nifkovic, who will clear. Sabovic controls, flicks, and finds Heze in space. Matthew Heze through on goal, going over, getting a little chunk on the ball, but it'll fall to Basha, who with urgency will play forwards. Stanovic up from right full back. Chelebi first time. Kalenovic. As Basha will have a goal kick. take it himself and split a line. This is very about 2 minutes left in this first half. Mone. Reynoso. Press from Sabovic. Reynoso does well to get the possession again. Laberia infield, Adjaraj first time. Dizdari has to be careful. Spun. Another throw in for Hrstanovic as Sandzak can possibly create one more chance here in this first half. They had a chance to go 2-0 to the good as Basha denied Kalanovic from the spot. Can Laberia also try to find the equalizer before the halftime interval? Yasir from left full back. Sabovic, the captain, with a bit of footwork to find some space to play infield. Hrstanovic towards a marked, a little too firmly marked Heze, who believe Dizdari is on a yellow. Maybe he was the one that was booked in that little action before the set piece. As Heze is up. They have a free kick, however, in an appetizing position. Sabovic cleverly starting offside, going into position. Adjaraj first time away. Mirza Sabovic can collect and will shield it out of play for a throw-in. As let's see if any stoppage time will be played. Had a stoppage in the very beginning of the first half for a and that is the halftime whistle. Halftime whistle here at Randall's Island, field 70. Sabovic has just, see this. Possibly we're asking for a last free kick. There was, I believe, some contact on Sabovic outside the box. No free kick given. The whistle went for halftime. Nonetheless, halftime score here at Randall's Island, field 70, through a thumping Mamadou Diombera header off a set piece. Sandzak in the lead, 1-0. Halftime score, Sandzak 1, Laberia 0.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish. Flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, guys, to the second half. Remain at 1-0. First half. The lead to Sandzak. Garage on the turn. Back to Nivkovic. Who's sporting a blue bib in the second half. Feels of a handball. Rasha. Possessed by Muller. Advance Chadlevi forward. So far in this second half, Laberia hasn't begun the second half. Stepped up. He's back on his feet. Only a frozen day. These stoppages. Ideal. But back on his feet. Starry will play Wrigley. Now short. Possessed. Levy. Cut it. Reverse it. Starry underneath it. Lenovich gets a toe on it. Sear is an option from left full back. He receives. To Sabovic. Further back to Murat. Sabovic will exchange again with his centre back partner. So far the back four hasn't changed for Sandzak. Lifting it. The bounce will evade the press. Sabovic diagonal. Taken down by Eze. Sabovic will stay in control, going over. Then Sabovic. Another stoppage. Healthy. That is. Gives you a nice lap out from Chalabi and Monet. For Laberia now. Another issue, I believe, on the side. Story over to assess the situation. Level good. Quick swig of water was looking upon, and we go again. Pineda from the right fullback. Pineda. The overlap is coming, but Yassir was there to dispossess. Yassir running away with possession. Continuing his movement. Back towards Chalabi. Chalabi last. Deflection. Nivkovic can spin and turn. Visit past one. Bypasses Monet. Mirkovic trying to find Chalabi in the prone position. Kostanovic will line one up. Basha needing a clearance. second time gets one.
Wins it aerially. Mirkovic, Kalenovic, Sabovic. Good triangle. Mirza Sabovic on his right foot will unleash one. Muller wins the second ball. Goes backwards to Murat. Stanovic from right fullback. And also forcing the ball backwards. Muller on the turn. Yassir to run, dispossessed. Transition opportunity for Laberia if they can go swiftly and gain some numbers forward. They do so with Reynoso. Pineda overlapping from right full back. Ajaraj will locate him. Pineda. Not was needed. Substitution for Sandzak as Nefkovic will get his team off the pitch and clear lines. Joshua will put distance to the halfway line. Muller will flick. Shelebi and Mone in another duel. The substitute is the goal scorer, Diombara. That's certainly very good news for Sandzak. Maybe had a bit of a dead leg to stretch out a bit and needed maybe some time to recover. There he is, replacing Mirkovic. His position on the left-hand side. Barris press, Neda infield, Ajaraj, Tucci, Kukans there, Kalenovic. Shelebi has to lengthen his stride and finds the second one. Clean and certain from Shelebi, clattered with force for Sandzak's second. Neat transition, and again, very, very adept finishing from Shelebi, who adds another tally to his personal goal-scoring streak this year for Sandzak, but more importantly, their second. Word of instruction from Coach Pero Sabovic to Diombara, just to keep the levels, continue the work. Found their second goal. The 54th minute now. So just about entering. Still a lot of football left to be played. Heze. Yellow card. Brandished. Taking this outswing. Kalenovic over the dead ball, away from it. A loaded area for the Sandzak heads to attack this service. Kalenovic low, doesn't need the first man. The seer has to be tushy to it, he does so. Seer continues his marauding run forward and will win aside a corner kick. short. Knows the answer. Kolenovic will load to the second post. Underneath it, Murat at the back post. Their second set piece. Set piece number 1. Yes. Set piece number 2 through Murat. Yes. 3-0 to the good for Sandzak. Blue and white paradise. Murat found some space in the 6-yard area and leapt. Likewise did Diombera in the first half. 2 set pieces, 2 very important goals. Sandzak's third, and centre back from Turkey putting a stamp on the proceedings as well. Congratulated by Danilo Nivkovic. How can Laberia now riposte in this situation? So continue pushing, continue trying to attack, although the score is as such. They had a couple chances to bypass the Nivkovic goal. Quality, create chances. Diombera will dispossess Adjaraj. Mamadou Diombera on his signature slalom will find Sabovic. Stanovic has some space, flat surface. Kolenovic tried to flick it back infield to the fullback. Tushi. Yasir. Free kick. First. Signal by the referee. We take it. Raksha. Adjaraj. Another has some space. There he is. Onside. Fullback advanced. Midfield. Black touch off. Yellow shirt. Here to take back to Sabovic. To the scorer of the third goal, Murat. Sabovic dispossessed, having a little tug of the jersey just to slow down his man. Now we'll get in a defensive position and we'll decide a free kick. With distance over Diombera.
Quickly. Passes Chalebi in the field. No shot. Play it again. Chalebi. Muller. That's it. Laberia got a piece of the ball. Here he is in transition. Laberia, risen flag. Offside. Again, along, direct. The shin of Sabovic, Kolenovic, Zabovic. The Laberia making an interesting run beside Pineda. But they can circulate the ball, keep the ball, is the cry from Nifkovic. It'll go back to him. To Sabovic. Triangle to Yasir. Muller. American pressure. Appeal. And good pressure in the end again. Good work rate from Mamadou Diambara. Leave the throw to Yasir. Kolenovic fixes it. Tushi. Intervention from Murad. Going over. Free kick. Jogging forward. Sabovic to take this free kick. Sabovic lining one up. Out of play. Backward pass. Pineda, more good pressure from Sandzak. Coolness there to drive away with the possession. Onside. Tushi driving byline. Low service. And it's in. Lovely service from Tushi. A little melee in the 6-yard area. Possibly coming off a deflection, but nonetheless, Laberia on the score sheet, 3-1. Good service from Tushi, low and flat, caused discomfort in that area, and Laberia have gotten one on the score sheet, 3-1. Now, still a lot of time. Pineda.
this boy of Laberia, Mirkovic, who's re-entered. It's a little scan of the shoulder. Tries to find Savovic, overhits however. Russia will connect. Yeah, that's certainly advancing now from right full back. Still just about in play and appealed. Laberia will have a corner kick. Swung in with Loft. Miskovic will to set up his zone again as another corner kick, this time from the other side. Russia going over to take congested area to the first post, away by Haris Savovic. Chalebi will find the second. Who has taken the captain's armband from Dari. Don't believe has featured in this second half. Diombara into ground early. Good chunk of the ball. Monet. Also has to spin, finds his captain. Russia, 1 and 2. Will go body to body with Yassir. Cleverly wins his side, something in that congested area. Service to the second post. Good footwork. Chalebi will spin. Barra controls. Kozlenovic with correct weight towards Diombara. A couple runners to his right, one intercepts. 50-50. No flag risen, it's getting quite frantic. Back and forth we go as Chalebi is now slowly getting up to his feet. Mirkovic bypasses Monet, Mirkovic, Savovic couldn't dispatch a shot. 20 minutes left. We remain at 3-1. Diombara opened the scoring with a header off a set piece. Doubling was doubling the score was Sandzak, and then finding their third. For Laberia, finding one of their own. Matthew Heze back on the score sheet. Chalebi, Diombara, and Murat. And for Laberia, possibly an own goal or a deflection. But the all-important service came from Tushi. Remain at 3-1, 20 minutes to go left. Kalinovic over the top. Basha will be comfortable and collect. Certainly more urgency from Laberia after they found their first goal. Still, of course, need 2 more, but have been pressing. Murad beats Tushy to it. Muller, Kalinovic drops the shoulder neatly. And, Yelko as well. The ball trickled away from Diambara, but comes up to Kalinovic for the idea. Not ideal weather to play football in all day. Raining and a bit of a blustery wind at times, so those passes can skid off the turf a bit. Garage dropping deep to playmate. There is Mikel Ajaraj line splitting, trying to find Sushi. This is possessed by Muller. Muller will open the play for Stanovic. On Russian. Good press by Yassir, good little nibble on the football. Will locate Mirkovic. Never. Ajaraj over the top. Goal kick. Towards the halfway line. First contact was a yellow shirt. Neda unfortunately runs out of pitch. Certainly in the last 10 minutes, Andrade has dropped in a bit to pick up the play. He's trying to find some space and deliver something. Again, he's had a little loose. He's serving. Wins the ball back in the end. Mikel Ajaraj. Needing to find something urgent now. Challenges, some duels. Kalinovic has to stretch, pirouette, wins the deflection. also to the 50-50. Jerkovic has some space on the right hand side. Will drive into set space. Serve. Laberia. Servi. Pasha. Pump it forward towards Tushy. Controls with the chest. Savovic will touch it back to Mivkovic. Calm footwork by the Montenegrin shot stopper. Hacked off a yellow shirt for Muller. Yasir has it, who's in field. Advantage given by the referee. Got away from the first man before losing the possession. She again, credit to him. If he is playing out of position, he certainly had a very impressive day at centre forward. Good navigation there. They can load. Just tickling the side netting. Laberia has found one, are in search for the second, possibly two, and they grant that melodramatic finish and now try to throw some numbers ahead, but in the transition Sandzak can be very dangerous. Here is one of these examples. Laberia was sprinting forward. Bit of risk and reward now, understandable in due circumstance. You really feel if there is to be a next goal, it would be a very, very decisive one. Either way. Mivkovic to Savovic, who put in control. Rasha. Savovic spinning is Kalanovic. Legs to Yasir. Savovic. Matthew has it. Control. Pass goes overhead. The 80th minute, so 11 minutes left in this match. Which will keep, of course, mentioned in the pre-match, Sandzak in the first position. We also can glance at the other results or in a day's time when they're all sufficiently posted.
very good game in that midfield role, deputizing for Mohamed Hu, who we said was not in the 11. Tushi just couldn't latch. Nefkovic with length. Muller with the first of Pineda. Sandzak will quickly takes Sabovic. It's a third consecutive throw-in. Serbi. Another Sandzak ball. In the book. Up. Muller underneath it. Laberia has it went for the same ball. The nether will eventually clear. And this year we'll have another throw-in. 7 minutes, says the captain. Defend now. Bobadilla down. What color is the card? Yellow. Side on was the challenge. Bobadilla was on an angle. I can understand both sides of the coin here. As Bobadilla was running away from the goal, but Murad was side on and took down his man. Yellow card was quickly brandished from the referee. Moreover, Laberia have a important set piece now to try to find something. Nefkovic is constructing a 1, 2, 3, 4-man wall. Everyone bar Sabovic back to defend this dead ball. Rasha and the captain Ajaraj, who will deliver to the seconds, comes in and low down Nefkovic without spillage. More importantly, good safe hands from the Montenegrin shot stopper, who will clear lines now. Diombera into Serbi. Diombera stretching to get back in defensive position. Deflection doesn't go his way this time. Pineda will take quickly. The ball is in play. Ajaraj will float. Good defending in the back post by Hrustanovic. Yassir got a chunk, an opportunity for Laberia. Similar service, similar location rather, not similar service. And out of play, averting the danger.
halfway line. Muller, the umpire will cleverly leave it. 4 minutes left. As just entered the 86th. Let's see how much stoppage for additional minutes. By normal time, maybe 1 or 2, I believe, additional. Of course, at the discretion of the referee. Nonetheless, story hasn't changed. Laberia have to throw men forward now. So too, Sandzak can be composed and wait for a final moment in transition. Pineda. A maraud forward. As Laberia will have the ball through their centre back Monet, who's driving into some space, taking on to Servi. Neat pass. No foul is the cry from the Sandzak back. Laberia almost as that was a dangerous little action. Neda. Not what was needed. Pineda, who's stayed up from fullback, almost like a right winger now. Flips over. Deflection of Yassir last. Pineda takes with urgency. Foul is the cry. Goes infield to the captain. Kostanovic. Miscommunication. Sabovic. Necessary work. Sandzak can keep the ball in these areas now. It would be ideal. Hesse running, continuing his movement. Basha, and that's the final piece. That's the final piece in the product from Mamadou Diambera. Hesse with work rate, low service. And Diambera with the final touches, as the 3 points now we can confirm are going to Sandzak. Diambera at the double as well. Hot who's come on. Mifkovic can control and take out some seconds. Not the final whistle. 90+1, so we're at the discretion of the referee, but it's all but certain where the points will go. Sandzak will remain at the top. Have one last bit of defending to do. Can Laberia find their second? Certainly asked question or two in the second half, got their goal, almost found their second to make it 3-2 before the Umbara making it official as the whistle goes to the referee's lips. Final score here at the Randall's Island Field 70. Sandzak 4, Laberia 1. Sandzak will remain at the top of the table. We'll have next week off, and their next matchup will be against FC Bukini. Final time here, final score, Laberia 1, Sandzak 4. Thank you guys for tuning in.